Prologue. I am the tide, and I'm terrified. I know nothing, especially of myself, other than this surging, pounding, roaring of tides, which I believe is me, but it's nearly drowned out by his voice, which I don't hear, I feel. It's a vibration, both tremulous and bold, cresting the peaks of my waves, speaking of things I don't understand and can't comprehend, but there's one repeated word: time. I shove his voice below my waves as the unseen walls surrounding me suddenly constrict. They tighten from back to front, heaving me forward. My tides throb against the too narrow confines, and I feel a pulsing from both within, which doesn't match the pulsing without. It's then I realize this is my birth, but the truth is too late because I'm already being forced forward and forward and forward, ever forward. I am the riptide of everything I know. I hear his voice again, telling me to keep track of time, always keep track of time, as though I could forget. And I don't need reminders right now. I need to birth myself into this place, this space, whatever this is. I just know I'm being forced from the womb of my mother's making into some other place, some other womb. Suddenly I realize this isn't just my birth, it's ours. The three of us, she and I and my father, we are birthing this dimension or dimensions or realms or eternities. I'm not sure what this is or who I am or where this birth canal is forcing me. I just know I'm the surging of these tides, and they are being forced forward into a place which never existed until me, my birth. I struggle to think as the contractions squeeze me through the narrow canal. I'm nearly choked by the confines and wonder if I may cease to be, should they become any tighter. Can I do that? Can I cease to be? So many questions when all I know is nothing, just that I am this tide, I am this movement and motion and force. I am all of it. I tremble at the strangling realization of all this potential, this power. I do not understand, yet feel and am. I am these tides, these unrealized energies of darkness and dominion. This is me, all of it, everywhere, me. But how? How can this all be me? Me, the first and only child of time and space. I suddenly feel suffocated and attempt to retreat, but there is only one way: forward. I lose control of my last reasoning and clutch desperately at the walls. My shadows flail against the smooth surfaces of the canal, and I feel the enormity of my birth. Everything is me. There is only me. I recoil with understanding. If I am everything, then I am alone. All alone. Only me. Before I can do so much as wail for my woes, I burst through the opening of the canal and gasp. It's not an opening, it's an ending. The canal is gone. My birth is over, and I'm hurtling into fathomless, depthless, timeless foreverness. Chaos shreds my tides into whimpering streamers, and I feel myself careen in every direction. I expand into limitlessness like a cosmic sneeze, only to find myself screaming, mouth wide, void created, and I immediately swallow something. What did I just swallow? Or did it swallow me? I choke and gag, closing myself off from another scream. What am I becoming? Or am I unbecoming? I wish this would stop, but it doesn't. I fight for control, but my unending tides, my dark potentials, my waves upon waves of energy refuse to obey. My attempts are those of a yearling, futile, absurd, useless. I slam and crash, thunder and froth, surge and churn. I stagger across my exploding tides, seeking frantically for any solidity, anything not violently spewing itself into this, where am I? I suddenly sense my parents. They are not near, they are not far, they are everywhere, yet not anywhere. And they are not the least bit alarmed. They speak, not to me, they just speak, so proud of their achievement, their union, their daughter, me. I hear my father, always keep time, and my mother, always mark space. I seal myself from their voices and yank on my tides before I swallow another. Was that a dimension? Or an eon? What am I consuming? I don't know. How can I not know what is going on? But I'm too young to have answers, and too old not to question, and too chaotic to do anything but what I'm destined. I cling to my darkness as tightly as I can, but my tides refuse me, and they lunge forward, gulping another realm. I feel the queasiness of ingesting great volumes, and I gag again and again as whatever I just ate subsumes itself to me. Or is it I to it? I can't tell. I'm simply overwhelmed. I flood outward in how many directions and dimensions I cannot fathom. My cosmic tidal waves blast with every magnitude imaginable, and I saturate the dynasty of my parents' union. I feel myself curl over and under, between, beyond, above, and below, crashing upon my own tides. I fill the void of even the tiniest measurements with whirlpools and eddies, only to crest upon another wave, bigger than the last, and gasp at the greatness surrounding me. I am everywhere, yet I have gone nowhere. I'm still here, right where I've always been, alone with me. I suddenly panic and yank again at every tide, ripping at them, tearing them away from their selfish, demanding appetites. I hate this insatiable hunger. I feel like I'm devouring myself, everything yet nothing. I claw at my tides until they listen, finally listen. Then I burrow us all into an abyss so deep that my teeth are forced to sink in and hold us firm. For a brief moment, I imagine resting here, pressed in on all sides, by whatever this is, this abyss of time and space, where eternities sleep and dimensions dream. I hold on. To what? To the naivete of my youth, which doesn't last. My teeth rip free, my tides jettison from the cosmic blowhole of this abyss, and I spew dark potential across the spatial extent of all possibility, devouring, consuming, ingesting all that is, far more than time and space, or even dimensions and eons. I consume everything, and it terrifies me. I am all that I fear. Another surge overwhelms me, and I cataract into another dimension, all froth and foam, roiling and spewing, terrified of my own becoming. But I begin to notice something beyond my terror, something finer than any reasoning, more abstract than any feeling. It is an entanglement so tightly woven, it is invisible. I have no clear sense of it. It's nearly not there, like nothingness. But I know it's there because the moment I touch it, the instant I entangle with it, I am alive, truly alive. It's like my pitchy blackness becomes alive with infinite potential and is suddenly coalescing into minuscule jewels, shimmering and simmering. I am alive. I feel it. These tiny points along my waves, they wait for, I'm not sure, but they wait to take form. Form. I have no form, and yet this invisible entanglement, this finer than silk web, gives me an almost form, the potential to become form. Form. I can become form. I can become anything. The infinitude, this realization, it thunders alongside my tides, and I churn with the enormity of this. And with the duality, I suddenly comprehend a duality I never dreamed could coexist, yet isn't that the nature of duality? That two seemingly opposites must exist. And this infinite potential is both my power and my prison. How did I not see that I am losing my freedom even as I become everything? I am enslaved by my own power, by my destiny. Destiny. I hate my destiny. I am the embodiment of my parents' desires, born to fill the void of their union, their finely woven entanglement, their birthplace of everything and the death of all things. This is me. I bite down as a sickening awakening rises from within and my dark horror dawns. I am both guard and inmate, never free. Nowhere, no time can I be other than what I was created for. This sickness continues to rise, even as I see and feel my birth become a distant memory. And then my toddlerhood passes with eons of tantrums as I both revel in my newfound powers and retch in my newfound prison. I churn through the turbulence of my childhood, constantly filled with agitated loneliness. I lather myself into a frenzy and splatter myself against millennia, but the loneliness remains, seeping into every shadow. I am alone, always alone. It doesn't matter how far or fast I surge, it's only me. All these dimensions, eons, realms, eternities are never enough. I devour and consume them all, and still it's just me, alone. I darken with age. I allow the loneliness to trickle into the tips of my shadows, and they spread their inky fingers out and then reach back and touch me. Me and my loneliness, companions. I accept my lot by unleashing the wildness of eternities, my teenage years. I ram forward, I slam back, I pound and throttle. I am no longer afraid. I am me, and I hate my parents. Who were they to force me into this role and watch me suffer their sickening game? And the agony of this process, alone in this chaos and becoming, what am I to them? A toy? A curiosity? I hurl myself farther and faster away from them and all they created, away from all they forced upon me. I devour everything, every last tiny infinitesimal thing, along with every enormous, gargantuan, infinite thing. I crush them with my darkness. I fill them with my shadows, and I heed no warning. I don't know if one was even given, for I'm not listening. I boom them with my sonic silence, and I wait until every known and unknowable dimension is filled with me. I will, and I can, and I do show them. I am everything, everywhere, every time. I am more than either of them, for they are only one, and I am all of us. Time and space and darkness. Yes, darkness. That's my name. I found it. I've chosen it. The name for all this heaving, chaotic, dark potential. Me, darkness.